Hi, I'm Chef Amee Hoge, and I'm here to teach you how to play with food, where I take a classic recipe, change it up a little bit to create a whole new dish. So today we're playing with almond bark, a holiday almond bark, where I'm going to be using some chocolate candy coating and some white chocolate candy coating, where I'm going to add a little bit of green to it, make a little bit of color, or we can keep it white. And then you're going to use some Andes sprinkles on top. So what I've gone ahead and as I've melted in my chocolate candy coating, I'm just making a small batch to show you how to do this. And then what I'm going to do is I used a double boiler to melt it. This is the best way to melt it in my opinion. You could throw it in the microwave, but sometimes it's a little lumpy. This makes it nice and smooth. But a double boiler is going to be a pan with a little, like an inch of water in the bottom, right here. And then you're going to go ahead and put a close-fitting pan. This one fits exactly, or a glass bowl on top. And then it just allows it to create a nice, warm, steady heat. Do not put a lid on it because then the drips of the water will go into here, and water and chocolate are not friends. So don't do that. It'll actually thicken it up and be a little bit crazy. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and add, oh, actually there's some water on the bottom. So I was going to kind of use a towel to go ahead and wipe the water off. And then I'm going to pour this right onto wax paper that's on a baking sheet. Okay. I probably used about 2 or 3 of those squares, the candy coating squares. Now you can also add some peppermint extract. I'm going to go ahead and add that to our white chocolate peppermint, our white chocolate that we're going to be putting in there in a second. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to spread this out in a nice thin layer. Not too thin because you want it, you want some chocolate love in there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pop this in the freezer. It takes about 2 to 3 minutes. We're going to let it get hard, and then we're going to add our second layer. If you add it right away, it's going to make like a nice smooth tie-dye look. We don't want that. We want layers. Okay? So join me in a second. I'll be right back with my nice layer of cooled chocolate. All right, so I've put this in the freezer, like I said, about 2 to 3 minutes. Pull it out, depending on how cold your freezer is. And then I've melted some white chocolate. Again, you can add peppermint extract. You can add some candy coating pieces that'll add color. Don't use food coloring because the food coloring has water in it most of the time, and it will seize this all up and it will not work. So I'm just going to go ahead and pour some of this on here. A nice thin, not too thick of a layer. Of course, it's chocolate and it's yummy. We're going to pour that on. Don't worry if it gets a little lumpy. Sometimes that happens. What you can just do is cover it up with a little Andes chocolate mince that you get in the store, like a chocolate chip. Okay, here we got this. Try to cover it completely. Make it a nice even layer. This is really sweet, so you don't want to make it too thick. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and take those little chocolate Andes mints and sprinkle those on top. You can use sprinkles. You could use a red and white kind of candy. I think Andes also has a red and white candy. And you just sprinkle it on top. And there you go. Break it into pieces. You don't want to break them into too big of pieces because, like I said, they are very sweet. Here you go. Here's my final product. I added a little green to it. Thank you for joining me. I'm Chef Amee Hoge. For more information about me, you can go to my website at chefamee, that's with 2 E's.com.